Birmingham Police Chief Michael Pickett has finished his first day as the Magic City's top cop. We sit down with him to find out his goals for the police department.
Plus, as President Trump unveils a generational tariff package, we take a closer look at how your wallet could feel the pinch once they take effect.
And find out how the Helena Police Department is stepping up to assist residents on the autism spectrum.
Live, local, late breaking. WVTM 13 News at 6 starts now.
Tonight, the city of Birmingham's new police chief is looking towards the future now that he is officially leading the department. Good evening and thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Sherry Falk.
I'm Guy Rawlings. Chief Michael Pickett saying curbing crime across the Magic City is one of his top priorities.
He spoke with our Magdala Lusant.
When you became a police officer with BPD, did you ever see yourself becoming chief?
I never saw myself becoming chief, to be honest with you, no.
And why is that?
That's a good question, I suppose, but when you think about becoming a police officer, I don't think you think about becoming chief. I know a lot of times as a child, when you pick up basketball or baseball, you definitely see pros on TV all the time in the NBA and MLB, and that's what you aspire to become. But at that time, I didn't think about actually being the chief. I just really wanted to be a cop. You know, when I was introduced to some good officers when I was around the age of 20, 21. When I was a younger kid, I didn't think about being a police officer. I went to school with, I don't know, maybe business in mind, wanted to be an entrepreneur. But because I ran into some really good, influential police officers around that age of 20, 21 years old, they encouraged me and influenced me to become a police officer.
And that's just a snippet of our conversation. Pickett and I, we talked about solving homicides, what does it look like preventing crime under his leadership, and the future of the Magic City. In our 10 o'clock newscast, you'll hear those answers. I'm Magdala Lusant in Birmingham, WVTM 13.
All right, taking a look outside right now, downtown Birmingham, as we wrap up a warm and somewhat windy day. Right now, the temperature is sitting at 85 degrees.
Chief Meteorologist Jason Simpson, how long is this summerish temperatures going to stick around?
We've got it at least through the first half of the weekend. That's before a cold front hits us with some thunderstorms by Sunday. There are a few isolated storms in progress right now, and you can see one of them from the top of Coleman Regional Medical Center looking northwest over towards southern Lawrence County up Highway 157. Coleman's Airport still reporting 82, and it's a humid 82 as well. So here's Coleman County. You look over toward the southwestern part of Lawrence County, southeastern Franklin County, a severe thunderstorm here that produced some dime-sized hail around Haleyville. There's the Winston, Lawrence and Winston Franklin County line right there. You see the Pebble Community, Forkville, Posey Field Airport. This is now lifted to the north. It's up primarily along the county line there between Russellville and Moulton, and it's tracking northeast toward Lawrence County. There's another downpour that's headed toward Haleyville that could also produce some small hail. And one of the reasons that we know there's some hail there is because even though this says debris tracker, we can actually look at the hail in the thunderstorm itself using the radar beam, and some of those discolored areas are certainly where there are some hailstones falling. Another heavy downpour in northern Lamar County that's going to move right up toward Hamilton. Here's one close to Guin that will cross I-22 west of Brilliant. And then the big storms, the ones potentially producing tornadoes out to the west over West Tennessee and Arkansas. A high risk of severe weather west of us. But for the Birmingham area, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, Gadsden, not a whole lot happening around here until Sunday. We'll talk about the timeline for that coming up in just a few moments. Sherry and Guy.
All right, Jason, President Trump declaring today Liberation Day as he unveiled the largest tariff package in generations.
The president is imposing a 10% baseline tax on imports from all countries and even higher tariff rates on dozens of nations that run trade surpluses with the U.S. Mr. Trump declared a national economic emergency to launch the tariffs, which he says will produce hundreds of billions in annual revenues.
Jobs and factories will come roaring back into our country, and you see it happening already. We will supercharge our domestic industrial base. We will pry open foreign markets and break down foreign trade barriers. And ultimately, more production at home will mean stronger competition and lower prices for consumers.
Some Democrats, even some Republicans, are critical of the plan, which economists say will raise prices for American consumers across the board.
Tariffs will impact thousands of Alabama businesses, from car dealerships and furniture stores to clothing retailers. WVTM 13's Lisa Crane spoke to a bridal store owner today who says that she's already seeing the price increases.
This particular gown would run around $3,500 to $3,800.
Colleen Hopwood owns Bella Couture in Mount Laurel, an upscale bridal store featuring hundreds of designer gowns. Even before President Trump declared today Liberation Day, new tariffs had already impacted the garment industry.
So far, we've only had one of our designers that has reached out to us and implemented an increase with the tariffs. According to them, it should have been at 20%, but they only went up 10%. Which we're grateful for.
She says some designers already raised their prices on their latest collections, anticipating the tariffs.
If you have a gown that would normally retail for $4,000, that could increase anywhere from $500 to $700 or $800, depending on what the designer says that you have to mark their dresses to.
Now, some of the companies and designers who actually design these beautiful gowns actually have them manufactured or sewn together in Asian countries like China or Myanmar. Hopwood says she's hopeful these tariffs will encourage some to bring those jobs back to the U.S. She says they used to carry a designer whose gowns were manufactured here, but that company went bankrupt.
Their gowns were manufactured in New York, which was wonderful, but they were more expensive. Yeah. But the quality and the fabrications were, to me, it was worth it.
She believes while there will be price adjustments and uncertainty in the near future, eventually the market will level out. After getting through the recession in 2008 and the pandemic in 2020, Hopwood believes this too is survivable. In Mount Laurel, Lisa Crane, WVTM 13.
Lisa, thank you. Emma Owen here at the Breaking News Desk. We continue getting reaction into President Donald Trump's announcement of those reciprocal tariffs. Democratic Senator Angela Alsobrooks saying, as someone who comes from a blue-collar family, she does not believe that demographic will actually benefit from these tariffs.
Fact of the matter is, the people who are being liberated are the billionaires. None of his policies, including these tariffs, anticipate any relief for hardworking and middle-class families. And so those who will be liberated are not us. And furthermore, he went on to say very arrogantly, you know, there's going to be a little pain, some minor pain and disruption, but the people that I represent don't regard increasing cost of groceries, increasing cost of owning a home, increasing cost of owning an automobile as a minor disruption.
Meanwhile, Republican Senator John Barrasso from Wyoming says he's in favor of these tariffs. In a post on X, he said, quote, President Trump is acting boldly to put America first. America needs fair and free trade. We can't allow other countries to keep abusing our workers and job creators. It's time we had a level playing field. I applaud President Trump's 100% commitment to Made in America. Now, earlier we heard from Representative Shamari Figures from here in Alabama. He believes affected companies will just raise the prices people pay to offset those costs. And we also heard from Senator Tommy Tuberville. He's in favor of these tariffs. He believes they will help American companies, and he specifically mentioned how he believes they will help farmers here in the U.S. Guy?
Well, tonight, a University of Alabama student remains in a Louisiana detention facility after being detained by ICE last week. Alireza Daruti was apprehended at his off-campus apartment 8 days ago after the Department of Homeland Security claims his visa was revoked and he posed, quote, significant national security concerns. Since being taken into custody, dozens of UA students have called for his release. This morning, we asked Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville if the public should know the specifics of why Daruti was taken.
Obviously, at the end of the day, the information will be revealed. And if you're on a college campus and you are creating and breaking laws on these campuses, time to go home. We don't need to put up with you.
Daruti's lawyers say he's a legal resident and they haven't been told how he's a threat to national security. We reached out to the Department of Homeland Security's office here in Birmingham to ask what threat Daruti posed. We did not hear back.
Public workers, including Alabama teachers and state workers, are now guaranteed paid parental leave. This morning, Governor Ivey signed the Alabama Public Employee Paid Parental Leave Act into law, and it gives state employees 2 to 8 weeks of that paid parental leave. It also covers couples who experience a miscarriage or a stillbirth. Governor Ivey says this law shows that Alabama values its families and its workforce.
A woman has been arrested following a deadly shooting in the Ensley Highlands neighborhood this afternoon. Birmingham police tell us a man and woman were involved in a fight inside an abandoned home on Avenue S when she shot and killed the man. After getting a tip from the community, the woman was taken into custody. The victim or the suspect's names have not been released.
The Greater Birmingham Humane Society announcing that it will now manage the Pell City Animal Care and Control Facility. GBHS says that this partnership will allow them to enhance animal care standards and strengthen the regional network of support for homeless, abused, and neglected animals. The organization is eager to engage with local volunteers, leaders, and advocates to ensure that every animal receives the care and dignity it deserves. Right now, Pell City and St. Clair County residents can look for adoptable pets by logging on to gbhs.org.
Officials at the new Coca-Cola Amphitheater in Druid Hills are responding to claims we made during a story we brought you last night on parking near the venue. As the new amphitheater prepares to open this summer, less than half of parking deck spaces will be ready when it welcomes its first act. The venue sent us a statement regarding our concerns, and they reassured us that there are plenty of ways for patrons to get to and from the venue. They say fans can take advantage of several parking options, including many parking lots and decks within a short walk to the venue, as well as a dedicated rideshare drop-off. They can also take advantage of the brand new trolley line connecting the Uptown Entertainment District and the BJCC. The Porch Creek Indians Wind Creek Hospitality Group has completed its purchase of the Birmingham Racecourse. The tribe says this investment signals its commitment to developing a world-class resort to bring in good jobs and boost the city's economy. Jay Doris, the president and CEO of Porch Creek Indians Gaming Authority, says they cannot wait to usher in this new chapter for the racecourse. Still to come, the Helena Police Department is joining a program to help residents with special needs. How officers hope it will help all drivers feel safe on the road.
Plus, the South Alabama High School's beloved oak tree uprooted following a round of severe weather. What they're doing in hopes of replacing it.
And coming up at 6:30, Jefferson County School Superintendent speaks after being honored as the National Superintendent of the Year. Why he says he's not slowing down anytime soon.